Hi, lovely people. Welcome to the year 2026. Exciting, and I'm happy to be back on here with you guys, entering new conversations and charting and changing our lives and our worlds one conversation at a time. I just wanted to open this year with a strong message that would help you walk through the rest of the year in power and boldness, right? I mean, if this is the year of anything, it should be the year of boldness for you, right? All the resolutions you've made, all the goals you want to achieve, they're only going to come to pass and made manifest if you are bold enough to go after them, if you're bold enough to take the steps that are necessary to ensure that these things do not remain goals on papers, but become lived realities for you. All right. So welcome to first episode of Conversations with Niss for the year 2026. This is a year you live with boldness. Okay. This year you do not give anyone and anything any chance to draw you back or hold you back, because that little fleeting moment of saying it's okay, this thing doesn't really matter. Yeah, that might be the very thing that takes you out. So this year, you want to be on your guard. Yes, you want to stand firm and be on your guard and live with boldness. Challenge yourself, my dear. Yeah, this year, you must gain mastery over your life. Stop trivializing everything. Okay? Stop making things that are not supposed to be trivialized trivial. Stop normalizing things you're supposed to be weaponizing, right? Some of you have fantastic speaking abilities and you can do great things just with your words. Stop trivializing it. Start seeing it as a weapon that you need to master and use for your benefit and for the benefit of the people around you. This year, you want to stop normalizing things you should be weaponizing. You need to stop trivializing things you should be taking seriously that will take you to the next level of life and mastery in your work, in your career, in your education, as a craftsman, as a skilled person, as a creative, right? Pay close attention to your strengths to capitalize on them. Start paying attention to your purpose and life's assignments so you can flourish in them. A lot of people rely too much on fatalism, thinking that what will be, but sometimes not everything works that way. Certain things that are supposed to be do not end up being simply because you do not take the right action and initiative and put in the right effort. You don't put in enough effort and focus on what matters most to ensure that what needs to happen really happens. All right. You may have it in your heart to start a business this year. If you do not take the right steps, if you do not link up with the right people, it will remain an idea in your notepad, on your goals list, and it may not materialize simply because you do not take the right steps. You do not take the bold move to make it happen. So stop living on fatalism. Qui sera may not always sera. Okay? Just saying. What will be may not always be. You need to put in that extra focus and effort and attention. This year, you need to gain mastery over your skills. It's for some people, it may literally mean getting back into formal education and getting a master's degree to deepen and broaden your knowledge in your field, right? It might be that for you. For some others, it might be taking time to master the gifts that you have been given, taking time to master your skills, growing and maturing in them. This is not the year you take your skills for granted. No. This is the year you master your skills, your creativity, your industriousness. Yes, every skill you have been endowed with, This is the year you take advantage of it. This is the year you make the most of it. This is the year you bring it to life and make it bear fruit for you. All right? So this year, you need to master your life. Take bold initiatives and let those experiences forge you into greatness. 2026 cannot be just another year for you. You need to push through and make the necessary sacrifice to ensure that you come out on the other side in greatness. Things that will help you to succeed in this year. 1. Gain clarity on the just ended year and perspective on 2026. And I'm not taking stock in terms of just saying, I went here, I traveled here, I did this, I did that. Sitting down and asking yourself, how did these activities, how did these engagements and these events impact my life? Were there positive outcomes? Were there negative outcomes? How will these things affect this new year that I have entered? It is not enough to post pictures and do a 2025 dump on Instagram. It is a good way of looking back on the year, but it shouldn't end there. Sit down and ask yourself crucial questions. How did the events of 2025 shape me? How did the events of 2025 affect my life? Because it might be just a few minutes or a few seconds that separate 2025 from 2026, but the events of one year can greatly, very significantly affect how you do in 2026. So I need you, before you go any further into the year, sit down. If you have not done it already, sit down and take proper stock of 2025. What went well? What didn't go well? What could I have done better? What are the things I engaged in? How did each activity impact my life? What potential do those things have to impact my 2026? Sit down, write it out, and when you are done evaluating 2026, and ask yourself, what can I make of 2026? And I'm not talking wish lists. When you have written those things down, make sure you have action plans to go with it so that you're not just making a wish list, but you have a proper plan to get through every single goal. So that at the end of the year, you're not looking back and thinking, I had this long list of activities and goals I wanted to meet, and I was able to check off just one. No. You write down the goal, you make sure you sit and create a plan on how you're going to achieve the goal. Actionable daily, weekly, monthly steps. Even if it is one thing you can do for 5 minutes every day that will contribute to you reaching that goal, do it. Diligence is what will help you cross out every goal and tick every box at the end of the year as done. Diligence, you need to be diligent in ensuring that you reach your goals for 2026. It is not enough to write them down. It is not enough to say, I'm going to do a 30-minute walk every morning and another every evening. You need to put it into a workable frame. So you're saying, I'm going to do a 30-minute walk every morning after my devotional, after my reading session, after my meditation and quiet time. I'm going to do a 30-minute walk every evening after dinner. And get somebody to keep you accountable. Yes, this year, get somebody to keep you accountable. It's good to be disciplined and to be able to hold yourself accountable, but get that extra layer of accountability. Find somebody to keep you accountable, okay? So I need you to do it down, get clarity on 2025 and gain perspective on 2026 before you move any further, all right? It will help you to assess the year that just ended and move into this year with even more clarity on what needs doing, what needs to continue, what needs to stop, so that you set yourself up for success in this year. The second thing I'm going to need you to do is to create structure and systems for your life. Create structure and systems for your life. And then I'm going to add a third one, which is create life policies. Now, I'm putting these three together because I feel they go hand in hand. Structure your life intentionally. Bring structure into your life. The reason why some of us are not seeing results is because we don't have structure to hold the result. And so for instance, if it's financial independence or flourish that you are looking for, sometimes we gain a lot of income, we get a lot of money coming in, but we do not have proper structure in place to hold it and to ensure that we are gaining increase in it. And so the year passes and it's like we didn't save enough. We didn't save as much as we wanted to, or we couldn't invest the way we wanted to. It's simply because we don't have a proper structure in place. So for instance, in your finances, you can choose to have a standing order. Immediately you get your income for the month, your savings is taken out automatically. That is a structure. It is a system you have created to ensure that whether you like it or not, whether you want to or not, you are saving. It's having in place that system that enables you to automate your savings so that you don't give yourself excuses at the end of the month to say, oh, this month I have so many expenses, I can't save. No. The next thing is make sure you get a budget. Budget and budgeting is not for broke people. Okay? Budgeting is not only for when you're trying to save your coins. A wise person knows that budgeting is part of financial success. So get you a budget template and start budgeting your money. Know where every penny goes. And this is just an example for finances. You can do it for every other area of your life. Make sure that you have a proper structure and a proper system in place to ensure that you are not just getting income and letting it slip away, right? Structure ensures that you are able to account for every single resource you have. Structure ensures that you are able to track and take stock of your life's activities. All right. So get structure in place, get systems in place, and live your life and run your life like an organization. Get life policies. Do not go with the flow. Don't do things simply because people are doing it. Don't do things simply because that's what you've been taught and that is what you've known all your life. No. Begin to make decisions for you, for where you are and for where you are going, for the kind of person you want to become this year, for the kind of goals you need to achieve, for the kind of mastery you need to gain. Begin to set life policies. I do not do this. This is how I move. Begin to set life policies that guide how you live. This is how my space looks and feels. This is what I eat. This is what I do not eat. This is how I dress. I do not wear these kind of clothes. Make sure that you have guiding principles for every area of your life. It is so fundamental to building disciplined, having life policies help to strengthen your structures and your systems because like any organization, you know what you are guided by, you know what principles you live by, and so it makes it easy for you to set boundaries and enforce those boundaries so that you are keeping yourself in check and you are ensuring that nobody is violating your boundaries and you are also not violating your own boundaries. So this year, make it your priority, make it your determination. You are going to set life policies for every area of your life, your finances, your health, your academics, your career, your family life, your relationships, even your appearance, how your space looks and feels. Set life policies. That's the other thing. They are life transforming in all honesty, right? So what kind of person do you want to be? What kind of friend do you want to be? What kind of mother, sister, brother, father, boss, employee. What kind of person do you want to be? Set life policies on it and let it guide you into becoming that person. Those are my two takes. Two important things you need to do to ensure that 2026 is not like any other year for you, but you make the most out of it and you move with a consciousness that this year is not just any other year. And it is not simply by way of mouth, but you have put proper structure and proper systems in place to ensure that these things happen. So this year, be intentional about living boldly, powerfully living out your intentions with well thought out plans that are executed daily, step by step. Yeah, we cannot leave things to chance this year. Be bold and take the bull by its horns and live life with intention, not just by writing out a wish list of things you would like to have done, but actually having proper structure, proper systems, and creating life policies that will guide you as you go along the way. It is so important that we do this to ensure that 2026 is not just any other year, but it's the year that we actually emerge as the kind of people that we've always wanted to be. So I leave you with something really powerful that I have read this year and is being a guide and a source of strength for me. It's from Hebrews chapter 10, verse 38 and 39. I'm reading from the Passion Translation. It says, and he also says, my righteous ones will live for my faith. But if fear holds them back, my soul is not content with them. But we are certainly not those who are held back by fear and perish. We are among those who have faith and experience true life. So really, if you will live life in all its fullness and enjoy it in full bloom, you need to live by faith. You need to step out with boldness, get out of your own way and get things done. Remember, be clear on the things and activities of 2025 and how they've impacted you. Gain perspective in 2026. Ensure that you have proper structure, systems, and life policies in place that will guide you and ensure that you're hitting your goals this year. But even beyond hitting goals, that you are gaining mastery and becoming, that person that you've always wanted to be, that it wouldn't always simply be a distant dream and a wish, but it becomes the reality of your life. So that's it from me this week. I welcome you to 2026. It's a year of boldness and mastery. I wish you the very best, and I hope and pray that the Lord orders your steps and he brings you into so much more than you have desired for this year. Thank you for joining me on this week's episode. Go out there, walk on water, and do great, great things. Bye.